Hello everybody, today I will be covering how to format the output in C++ while working with computations. I'll be using REPL, but you can follow along with almost any IDE of your choice. First, let's start with the headers. So include IOStream. What does this do? This is just the header that defines the standard input and output stream. Without it, our COUTs and our CN won't be recognized by our IDE. Next, we move on to using namespace std. This is just the standard namespace that we're going to be using, so our program recognizes the things we type into it. Next, we have iomanip. What this is that we're going to be manipulating our output to print a certain way that we deem desirable, so that's why we have that there. Next is our function of main. This is essentially just where the program starts, and today we're not going to be using any other functions besides for this, so we don't even worry about that. So let's get into the actual program that we're going to create. So say you want to have a program that's going to be dealing with money. First, let's create a cout saying how much is an ounce of sand. Alrighty. So what this is, cout, and this, you're essentially saying, you're telling the program to print how much is an ounce of sand, and you want to put these in quotation marks because this is a string. Without this, the computer will, or the program will not recognize what you are telling it. You do not want an end line here. The reason why is because we want to get user input on the following lines after. Okay, so we're going to initialize a variable. So we're going to use double for this program because we're working with floating point integers. So let's double price. That is our variable of price. And now we want to cin price as well. What cin is doing is that we're capturing the input that the user types, and then we're going to store it in the variable of price. So next we're going to ask how much or how many ounces did you buy? Then we're going to semicolon that off. Let's fix this up a bit. Let's create some colons and spaces as to not confuse our user. Their input, and then we're going to initialize another variable of ounces. And then we want their input for ounces as well. Alrighty. So now that we have those variables set up, we want to calculate the actual price. So I'm just going to print out price times ounces. What this is doing is that we are couting. We're going to print whatever variable they placed in price, and we're going to times that by whatever variable they placed in ounces. Let's run the program. Let's see how it looks like. And there is a problem with this program, and I'll show you why right here. So say, how much is an ounce of sand? Let's say $3.4. $3.40. How many ounces did you buy? And let's say let's create a specific amount of 0.456. So as you can see, the total comes out to $1.55 and whatever that is. Now you see why it doesn't work, because in the real world we don't have these last two things here. So how do we fix that? We want it to be at 2 decimal places, right? So to fix that, we're going to cout fixed and then set precision parentheses 2 semicolon. So what this line is doing is it's not going to print out fixed or set precision. It's not going to do any of that. This by itself really does nothing except for setting our decimal points to 2 places. Fixed is a manipulator and set precision is a manipulator. Whatever number you put within the parentheses, whatever you do, it's going to set that many decimal points after. So that's why we set it to 2, because we want 2 decimal places. So now, when we print out the same thing, $3.4, $3.40, and then 0.456, as you can see, $1.55. And in this example, it doesn't show it, but it does round up or down whatever number that would come after this by itself. So we don't need to do anything there. And the cool thing about this manipulator is that once you have it typed, it works for every single cout following. So you don't have to keep typing it over and over. Unfortunately, That doesn't work the same way with our next manipulator that we're covering is set W. Set W is you are setting the width. So what is setting the width? Well, setting the width is the width of a print is the total number of characters used for showing the value, which includes digits, the decimal points, and the spaces. So what does that mean? Let's say we set our width to 8, and let's see out set width of 8, and let's print out our price. Let's get rid of this C out right here because we no longer need it. And here we go. So our price is going to be the same. It's going to be 3.4, and our ounces is going to be 12 again, or it's just going to be 12. And as you can see here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 spaces in total. The reason why this manipulator is helpful is because it allows you to set up rows and columns. It allows you to neatly arrange your outputs, so to speak. And so in order to do that, or let's have an example. Let's have another C out with our ounce, and let's make it a width of, let's see, this is 8. So you know, let's make it 16. Why not? Let's do some big old number here. Let's make it 16, and then let's print out our ounces. As you can see, we have to set W for before any of our other things because it just doesn't work the same way that fixed or set precision works. So let's print it out. Just do weird numbers this time, 12 and 34, or 45. As you can see here, you have 12 here and 45 here. If I wanted to end the line, let's end the line here. That also changes the way that our format is going to print, or the way that it's going to print. Do 12 and 45 again. 12 is our price, 45 our ounce. As you can see, we have a row here of 12, and our column ends there. And then we also have a row here, but we also can set up a column here of 16. You just set 16 for any of the other variables that you set, and then they will print in the same column as this, essentially. It's not like a true column that a two-dimensional array would create, but it does help you organize things in a way such as that. And that's really all there is to formatting your cout statements for now. Later on down the road, you will encounter many more manipulators than the one shown here, but these are just the basics, and hopefully this helped.